Live in the afternoon, it's Courtney. Does she know that she's here? But look at those ankle socks. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. I need to learn how to read. I'm so keep shop. I like jostled my bosoms out of place. I did not do it! That sounds like me when I play the recorder. You can't tell the difference, can you? But being gay. One of these days I will remember to add myself to the stage. I feel like that is something that I mention quite often and still have not remembered. Anyway, hello. Hi, everybody. You guys, it's snowing and it's been snowing. The weird thing is out here, when we get snow, like it's like for a day and then it goes away. And so global warming is real. Anyway, I mean, I know that we've had winters kind of like this before in the past, but It's just sometimes you experience them a little bit differently. And I feel like this year, yeah, I am experiencing this a little bit differently. And um, I don't like it because I want to walk my dogs again. So as usual, I don't really have anything planned. Although I will say, I started getting a few ideas, so we'll discuss that in a moment. But let's say hello, Scottish Ranger, hello, and Michael Coulter, hello, and Saw, hello. Push-ups. Let's see if he listens today. He's been having a hard time with that, but we'll figure it out. Deranged Lunatic, hello. Purple Panther, what up? Hello. And AV Tom. Beyonce's undeserved Grammy Award. Please rehome me. Okay, we can discuss who her Grammy Award. Now, which one? Apparently she has 33. It's like the most out of like anybody. And by a long shot too. Like the Beatles, I think, have 7. So it's like a big one. So should we discuss where all of her Grammys should go? Captain Miserable, hello. I miss you. Well, you know what? Here I am. And Frank, hello. Hello. So I was thinking as I was discussing how I need to get like a set schedule going. I did think, what we could start doing is one day a week having like a fat shaming day. So, like we were talking about Dank DeMoss last week. We talked about her quite a bit because she kept showing up. But, we could just discuss all of the people who turn themselves into big, large folk and then refuse to do anything about it. Like today, I was actually watching somebody, they were talking about my 600-pound life. And there was a guy on there who was like over 700 pounds. And he, in a year, lost 6 pounds. And he kept saying, oh, but I've been doing all the work. I'm starving myself. I'm not eating anything. But it's obvious that that's just not true. And I think, diving into that and kind of seeing, discussing like this person is not even trying to justify their weight. They're just lying to themselves about their behaviors. Like his mom made him breakfast of like, well, okay, so he apparently he says that he eats 4 eggs and like 2 strips of bacon every morning for breakfast. But like you look at the plate of eggs and you're like, nah, it's more than 4. Might not necessarily be like 15, but it's got to be like 6 or 7. It's more than 4. But then she also gives him a whole other plate with like cookies and stuff on it. Here's the thing. When it comes to cookies, I don't think I've ever put a cookie on a plate. Like it's not a meal. It's not part of a meal. It's just like it's like that's a grab and go situation. You don't need multiple in front of you. You have like 1 or 2. Sometimes you go back for a 3rd. But you have to get up and put the steps in to get that cookie. You don't sit down and have like a cookie buffet, So that was the one thing that threw me off. Maybe there's something seriously wrong with me because that was the one thing that threw me off the most. I was like, why are you putting cookies on a plate? You should just take them out of the container and then you eat it right there. Like you don't. Yeah, see, cookies don't go on plates unless there's more than 4. Okay, yeah, so unless there's more than 4 people coming in. So if you're like sitting down and like sharing cookies, like let's say you're all like hanging out in the living room and you have like a plate of cookies on the coffee table that you kind of reach for while you're snacking and having a good old time. That's fine. I get it. Sometimes, you have guests and you want to just hang out and you have your little snacks. But like to put cookies on a plate when you're sitting down for a meal, it just really threw me off. 6 pounds in a year? Yeah, 6 pounds in a year, and he was like 600 or 7 he was like 750 some odd pounds or 700. He started off at like 740 something, and then he was supposed to lose, um, what he thought was a lot of weight, but I can't remember how much it was supposed to be, like 10 pounds in a month or something, and instead he gained 20. He got up to like 765 or something in a month. And this is the thing. So on my 600-pound life, there's the doctor now. And he's like, this is what you have to do. Like, there's so many calories you can consume. This is what you like, your activity that you need to do, your physical. But what I want to know is, why isn't he prescribing at least something? Maybe not necessarily Ozempic, but at least something, maybe like Adderall. Or something that would help like suppress the appetite a little bit. So, and like boost the energy a little bit, because this person, like, if you're over 700 pounds, there's a problem. Like it's more than just, it goes beyond like just sitting down and like being sedentary and eating, right? Like your mental space is not good. And then on top of that, like his mom is really enabling him, right? Like, again, she's the one making breakfast, and he claims that he asks for 4 eggs and some bacon. The scrambled eggs that she gives him, is definitely much more than 4. And then she also makes him a plate of cookies, like, and he can't get up and make this food himself. He has people that have to like wash him, right? And so if I'm the one in charge of feeding someone, right? If I'm the one who's in charge of like making their food and bringing it to them and all that, and they're bedridden and they can't get up and move and get their own food, and like, you better believe there will be no cookies in that house at all. Sorry, but it's going to be torture for a while. You're going to have to learn to like smaller portions. You're going to have to learn to like a vegetable. You're going to have to learn to not eat a fucking cookie at first thing in the morning. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been guilty here and there of having a sweet treat in the morning every once in a while. Okay. I remember, bringing pumpkin pie to work with me a couple of times. And I was like, yeah, I'll have this like later in the day, my little afternoon snack. And then next thing you know, it's 7 a.m. and I'm scarfing down pumpkin pie. Oops. It sounded good. I wanted it. Whatever. Did I do that every single day after that? No, I did it probably, I don't know, 2-3 more times, and then it was over. Yeah. When my birthday comes around, I will, for some reason, assume that I have friends and I'll make a bunch of cupcakes. Well, what happens? I have too many cupcakes. And so sometimes I'll eat a cupcake first thing in the morning, right after I feed the dogs. It's about making a habit of it, though, that we really have to drive home. Like, don't make that a habit. So yeah, sorry, you're not going to have any of that stuff first thing in the morning. You're not even going to have it late at night. You're not going to have it at all for a while. If I'm in charge, like, you're like, this man, it's his mom. I can't imagine like having a kid and seeing them get to that point, and then not only, encouraging it, but enabling it. Like, she doesn't even just turn a blind eye and like, I don't know what to do. She's causing it. Why would you want that for your child? It just, oh my God. But yes, so there are some of those that I think maybe I need to take a little time and find some content on them that we can discuss. Because I mean, even in this situation, like, I have empathy for him in that, like, I think that he is just completely clueless. Granted, now, I don't know. Part of me thinks that he just feels that he needs to lie to the doctor, which, like, you're not getting anything past doctor now. Okay. But oftentimes when people are trying to like count their calories and all of that, they're actually more like not really aware of how much they're actually eating. Like they're not fully aware of their and I'm saying this as a person who like I've been that person, like trying to track my stuff in like My Fitness Pal or any freaking app. I've had so many different apps like that over the years. But like trying to like track your calories in different apps and stuff where like it can get really confusing. It's just hard to know. Like for a while there, I was getting like HelloFresh and like delivery services like that. And I would try to make the meals like last a little bit longer. So I'd like cut the portion down and then I would add like some avocado or a few extra vegetables or whatever. So I'm like, okay, obviously I'm spending a little bit more money. But I'm basically trying to be like, okay, I'll spend a few extra dollars and spread this across those meals as well. So just like save a little bit of money, maybe reduce the calories a little bit, yada, yada, yada. And so that already was starting to throw me off because I'm like, oh, wait, if I'm doing that, like how much of this am I changing? Like, okay, is this meal actually directly cut in half now or what? So it wasn't a smart move. But, then you go to certain restaurants and I remember one time I was doing really well. But then when we went to, my friends and I went to dinner and they took really long to make our food. And we ended up getting like more stuff to share, like onion rings and French fries and all this stuff. We were just starving. And then we were like still feeling hungry because we waited so long. And so then I think we ordered dessert or something. It was crazy. We had so much food. And I remember looking at my friend and I was like, I don't want to track this. And she was like, neither do I. And we didn't track it. But like, how am I supposed to have an accurate idea of how many calories I've consumed in the week if I don't want to track that meal because it was so big, but also don't even know how many calories were in it in the first place? Like, I can't even think back and be like, okay, now that I don't feel as guilty, now that I'm really trying to like take this serious, this was this many calories. No, I never know how many calories are in a restaurant meal because you can guess, but then like they use so many other things that make your meal way higher in calories, more oil, butter, all that stuff. So like, I don't know. Sometimes one meal that's not even that filling can be like a whole day's worth of calories. It's kind of dangerous to eat out, to be honest, because of that kind of crap. But anyway. I feel like I'm about to cough and I'm trying to like. All right, I just had to get it out. Anyway, another situation that was like really mind blowing for me was like 1,000 Pound Sisters, Tammy Slayton. I'm pretty sure it was her. It was either her or it was Amberlynn Reed. She's a YouTuber. I think it was Tammy though. I can't remember now, but one of them going to the doctor and like I think it was Tammy because she wanted to get weight loss surgery. I don't remember all of Amberlynn Reed's story, to be honest, but the doctor had to make it a goal for her to take 75 steps a day. 75 steps a day. What? Like, I don't even live in like that big of a house, but I take 75 steps just like getting up, feeding the dogs, like letting them outside. That's more than 75 steps, I'm sure. Like, does she not get up to go to the bathroom? That's another thing. Like, okay, do you not get up to go take a shower? Do you not get up to go to the bathroom? Do you not get up to go to the kitchen to eat food? Like, how are you getting around if you need to make it a goal? If like 75 steps is like an achievement, that's crazy. Like I used to, well, I guess it's like all the time. I don't track my steps anymore, but like when I was tracking my steps, like by the time I got to work in the morning, I had already taken 1,500 steps in the morning. Like get up, take a shower, make some coffee, feed the dogs, blah, 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 walk to my car, get out of my car, walk up to the building, walk through the building, go to my desk. So how is it that like, and now even like with a more sedentary lifestyle, like when well, of course, like working an office job, like it would take a lot for me to get to like a normal amount of steps a day. And so like I had to make it a point to like get up, do 2 laps like through the building. Thankfully, the building was like donut shaped. So I didn't have to go outside. So like during the winter and stuff, I would just 2 laps through the building and that would get me 250 steps an hour. Sometimes I would just like get up and go get coffee or something like that, but I would just try to get up, move around, and then sometimes I would even walk, just take my full like lunch break to walk around. But then walking my dogs, like that would normally get me somewhere between 7,500 and 10,000 steps a day. Especially, well, yeah, like especially if I was walking on my lunch break, yeah, it would be over 10,000 steps a day. But, and then on top of that, now having Chungus who has to be walked separately. Let's see here. There's always something with those 600-pound people bringing them 3 chickens and 6 loaves of bread every meal. It's wild, like, because these people can't get up and move around. And so, like, I mean, I get it. Like, if you're the person who's in charge of feeding somebody and then you bring them food and then they're whining and complaining and yelling at you and stuff, but you can just, like, what are you going to do? Get up and fight me? What are you going to do? Get up and go get it yourself? What are you going to do? So you can sit here and starve and I won't come back, or you can shut up. You can eat what I give you. I'll just leave. Are you going to follow me? Like, it's just kind of crazy how they set this standard because they don't stick up for themselves enough to just be like, look, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to yell at me. You're not going to complain. You can't even get up to wipe your own ass. You can't get up and go to the bathroom by yourself. You have to use a bedpan and have somebody wash you. You can't get up and get your own food. You need to be kind to the person who's helping you out here. And so if you're going to sit here and yell and throw a tantrum, then you can just sit here and not eat. I'll just leave a couple of gallons of water next to your bed and I'll just switch that out every once in a while because you still need to drink water. And in about a month, I'm sure your attitude will change and you will still be fat. But yeah, I just can't believe how much, like, it's one thing if you're like, okay, we can just get some fast food or whatever, but don't order half the menu. Get them a Happy Meal. Do you have to why do you have to fully, yeah, I don't know. Like, why do you have to fully indulge them? Yeah, 75 steps is about 188 feet. That's crazy. In a day. In a whole day. And that's supposed to be like a big achievement, like a big accomplishment. And that's what really and if I remember correctly, she had a huge attitude about that. She was really, yeah. Okay. So I think it had to have been Tammy then. Because I think with Amberlyn Reed, her big thing when she was first trying to lose weight was her goal was to just walk to the mailbox and back every day. And then she was like, she stopped doing that. See, like, I have a problem with wanting to go out and walk right now because it's freezing cold, and I really don't have, like, the gear to keep myself warm for, like, a long walk. So I'm like, "Ugh, I don't wanna leave the house." But I can still go to the freaking mailbox. I'll still take the trash out. I mean, there are still things that you still need to do, and, like, honestly, like, my body, is, like, goes into a lot of pain if I'm sedentary for too long. So I have, like, I just can't. So I do think that that'll be fun, or fun, I guess. But I think it'd be good to have like a schedule of reviewing some of these people once a week, and then once a week doing body cam videos, and then we can have once a week of like a free for all where we just sort of whatever happens, happens. Danny Vo showed up. What up? It snowed yesterday, and it was nice. It didn't stay on the ground very long. Yeah, and then it snowed this morning. I was like really hoping that it was going to start warming up, and that didn't happen. Instead, it's now, I think we have like snowstorm warnings coming. It's like a whole thing. Weekly chirp stream. No, that account that I found blocked me. So I blocked them back. I don't want to see their stuff. I don't want to support them. Yeah. So sorry. Here I go, zoning out again. But yeah, I mean that would be fun to do a chirp stream if the account didn't block me. I just want to know who it is. You can call the fat shaming a pig roast. Perhaps. Yeah, because then we can really shed light too on all that of like the characters that we really are shaming, because it's not about, as I've said before, it's not about like whether or not you're fat. It's just about like how you handle being fat. And like, the people with the excuses and supporting it, standing up for it, like, even shaming the parents and the enablers. Like, dude, what is wrong with you? There was like Amberlynn Reed ended up having a girlfriend who was actually a feeder, and like her previous girlfriend died from overeating because she was overfeeding them. That person needs to be shamed a lot. But you have somebody like there's what's her name? Hungry Fat Chick. You can tell that like there's something happening with her mentally that she really needs to work on. And she even, she talks about how like, oh, hit my mic again. She talks about how like she makes the most money when doing mukbangs, and so like she feels like she has to do that. But she doesn't really take into consideration how to do a mukbang without gaining a bunch of weight. Like there are people who either are just very, very active and they only do mukbangs every once in a while. And when they do mukbangs, like that's the one time that they eat a bunch, and then throughout the rest of whatever, like the month or the week or whatever, depending on how often they do them, they are extremely active and like extremely active. Like Not just like, oh yeah, I did CrossFit for an hour, but you're just like, oh geez, how are you doing this? And they just don't eat that much throughout the week. They like normal portions. It's just like the one time whenever. Like for instance, swimmers can eat 8,000 calories a day, I've heard. That, I mean, so it depends, like how often are you swimming? Like how long are you swimming for and how many days a week is it and all that, right? Because if you're swimming, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't even know. But that's the thing is like, so if you have an 8,000 calorie mukbang one day and then the next couple of days you're swimming nonstop and you're eating like a average diet, yeah, you're probably not going to lose or not going to gain a bunch of weight. There's a girl who does like true crime videos and sometimes she'll do mukbang, right? Because she'll have like one of her friends will be there with her that will be eating, but her husband also is like the cameraman. And so then he also eats it. And then you don't even really see her eating the food that much because she's telling this true crime story. And then she'll like stop every once in a while and like try something and be like, oh, this is so good. But you don't see her finishing it. So there's stuff like that too. Where it's like you can incorporate different types of content into a mukbang and maybe distract the viewer into thinking that you're eating more than you are. You can bring friends with you to eat the food too. Make it a whole thing. Why is all of her furniture plastic? I have no idea. I didn't even know that all of her furniture was plastic. She just pissing all over it. Courtney, you would make a good trainer. I always thought about being a personal trainer. I just hate how like there's so much discouragement with that stuff. Like there's so many people that I talk to. They're like, I used to be a trainer, but like you can't make very much money doing it. And I think about it more and more too. We're like, yeah, if you're just hanging out at the gym, waiting for people to show up and like hoping and praying that they'll sign up with you or whatever, that's really just not the way to make money being a personal trainer. It's just not. Especially if you're a personal trainer at like a super cheap gym. Like if you're at like a personal trainer, like do they even have personal trainers at Planet Fitness? I used to work out at a gym that was like $10 a month. It wasn't Planet Fitness. It turned into one though later on down the road. But they had personal trainers there, and I was like, wait. I'm paying $10 a month to work out here. So clearly, like I'm a baller on a budget. Why am I paying $150 per session? Or I don't even know how much it costs because like I never indulged it. But I'm like, wait, why would I pay all this money per session to see you when I can just like look up workouts online and do that or whatever, Of course, they're like, oh, this room over here with like the battle ropes and all that stuff. It's like special equipment that you don't have access to. You can only use this room with a personal trainer. You can't just like come in here. So they try to entice you with that. But like, you have to incorporate. You have to basically like run your own business if you're going to be a personal trainer. You can't rely on gym. What am I saying? Patrons, like the people who work out at the gym, especially again, if it's a cheap gym, you can't really rely on that to be your income. You have to do something else. And so like there are a lot of people who are personal trainers and then they also have their YouTube channels where they share all their information that they have absorbed over the years. And building an online presence allows them to be like, yeah, by the way, I'm a personal trainer. And then they have online services. And so then they can like either do like one-on-one meetups online. They could, that's how they can go over like their nutrition goals and all that stuff. And so like you can't, especially nowadays, right? Like you can't with how many other outlets there are when it comes to like finding a personal trainer and all that, or like just like finding workouts and stuff. Like nobody wants to go to a gym and pay the gym personal trainer there. I just feel like it's just really not a thing anymore. Maybe it's just from my perspective because I never had like a good like a super positive experience with the like free personal trainer thing when you sign up for the gym and stuff. But I don't know. And on top of that, how many people I've met who are like, oh, I used to be a personal trainer, but like you'd have to be there like 12 hours a day, hoping that people will come in so you can blah, 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 like all this stuff. And I'm like, but there's so many ways of like promoting yourself and your services and like your expertise that you could really just do it all online. My back. Plus height and weight, height and starting weight are some factors. Yeah, when it comes to like doing mukbangs and stuff like that, it's like you can't just like for hungry fat chick, like I feel bad for her, but I feel like she's also kind of she's got those limiting beliefs. I smirk when I say that because a lot of people really hate that stuff, but it's true though. When you have that kind of mindset of like this, I'm just stuck in this corner here. This is all I can do. I get that, like, you have to recognize where you're at, right? Okay, I make a lot of money when I do mukbangs. I'm very overweight. This is bad for my health. Something has to change. But that's the difference, is instead of going, this is the only way I can make a bunch of money, especially right now with my weight. I don't know what kind of jobs I can do, blah, blah, blah. Instead, looking at like, what can I do to be able to incorporate this one thing that makes me a lot of money, while also trying to get my health under control. And I had like a big thing a couple years ago. Actually, it was in 2020. I had this kind of revelation where I remember seeing this thread. People were talking about how Jillian Michaels was really shitty for saying that Lizzo was going to get diabetes, right? She was like, oh, I love Lizzo's music, but we need to stop praising her body. Why aren't we just praising her music? Because like it's going to suck when she dies from diabetes one day. And people were just like, who the fuck does she think she is? She doesn't understand this, that, and all this stuff. And, people were, talking about how like I've struggled with my weight my whole life. Like portion control doesn't help, blah, blah, whatever. Right. And, I was just kind of like, if we focus more on mental health when it comes to eating and exercise, and just go, I want to move my body because my body is capable of doing that. And I need to utilize my body in the best way possible. I need to be able to walk. I need to be able to run. I need to be able to, right. And then I need to, when I exercise, I'm releasing endorphins. I'm sleeping better. Like listing off all the things that are positives from working out that aren't weight loss. Same thing with food. Okay, when I eat these kinds of foods, I have more energy. I have a better attitude. But when I eat these kinds of foods, I feel like garbage and I'm feeling grumpy and da da da. And if we zero in on our mental health when it comes to those things, we'll then end up like the weight loss and even gains. Like those are going to be just a side effect of everything else. And it's funny because shortly after that, I lost 50 pounds and I was like, oh, but I was actually like at the time really zeroing in on taking care of myself. Like I just wanted to be happy. I wasn't even bothering with like the food situation. I was just doing whatever it was that made me happier. And so like I would eat food, but I wouldn't eat until I was sick or hated myself. I would just eat food. I would eat junk food. I would eat like pizza and burgers and stuff. I just wouldn't eat until I was sick. I would just eat until I felt like satisfied. Just doing things like that. Yeah, and I just ended up feeling or losing a bunch of weight in the long run or whatever. Words are hard today. And here we go, Frankus, coming in hot with the $20. We need to come up with a sound effect. Speaking of money, take mine. Hurl, hurl. Everybody, hurl all your money. Hurl all your money. Give me 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 all your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your whew. Anyway. Why do I feel like this? Yeah, I've forgotten everything that has ever happened before right this moment now. Uh-oh. Push-ups has an old sex injury flaring up. I can't really work out much now because of my hip. Got a doctor's appointment soon. Hope to figure out what's wrong. Hopefully that doctor is not incompetent. You never know. You never know with doctors if they want to put in the work or not. But yeah, hopefully they figure it out because that sucks. But even so, it's like just because you can't like lift heavy weights and stuff, like can you not walk? Can you not go on a walk? Can you not hula hoop? Can you not wait, what else can you do? I was trying to think of like things that people do like in lieu of like lifting weights. And apparently it's just hula hooping and walking. I don't know. I'll remember something else later, but right now my brain is completely not functional. This is a problem. I think I might have to take time off the gym. Uh-oh. I think I might have a hernia. Oh God. I'm very thankful that I don't have a hernia. That sounds terrible. I hope I never get one. So, well, this is stupid. I need to go back to bed or something. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This snowy weather is like really bothering me. I've had enough. I'm over it. Phil the groundhog, we're in a fight. I really needed spring to like come around. So could you get it together? Did you guys know that the groundhog, this is the first Groundhog Day that the groundhog was a dad? I had no idea. How do they pick out the groundhog? I thought that it was like a lineage thing, you know? It was just like then it has babies and then you pick out the new one from the baby batch when the other one dies. But apparently not. Ugh. It's 70 degrees where I am. Oh, shut up. Listen, if it were up to me, I would actually be in Florida right now. But unfortunately, things really did not work out the way that I wanted them to. Whoops. So we need to make that a goal. Is next year I need to get to MegaCon. In fact, so here's the thing. I think what I need to do is I need to get these costumes put together that I wanted to cosplay in, and see if I can cosplay at MegaCon next year. So I have to put that down in my calendar to remind myself that I need to get my cosplay outfits put together. Courtney, are you a fan of Oreos? I am. I mean, to a degree, yeah. I have some birthday cake Oreos in the pantry right now. Yum. Those ones are the really good ones. Last night on Simpcast, I think you meant to say ovaries, but you said Oreos. Yeah. Well, okay. So you know how sometimes like when you're talking and then like something distracts you, like somebody either starts like to talk over you, or like maybe there's like another sound going on or whatever, and then like you try to like say what you're saying, but then it comes out wrong. And that's definitely what happened. Because I was like, you don't have uterus, you don't have Oreos. And I was like, wait, you don't have ovaries. So you're talking about like the people who are like, men can get pregnant. Remember the pregnant man? Like, no. That's not what I'm saying. Like, you know what we're talking about. Like, we have to be realistic about all this, please. Hello. I was a person born female who was pregnant, who also was taking testosterone and quite possibly had some surgeries. Like, last night's Simpcast was fun though. I actually I like being on there just like every once in a while instead of all the time. It's nice to like, it feels a lot more like refreshing, you know? Go as Wonder Woman? No. I have 2 outfits that I want to do that I haven't seen anybody do yet. And it requires a blonde hair, blue eyed lady. And they're Star Wars themed. Yeah, to be trans, the first thing I need to acquire is some Oreos. That's the first thing. That is actually what makes a person trans, is when you have Oreos. And what happened for me, that's actually why so many men now claim that I'm trans, is because I have Oreos. Secret's out, everyone. I know that was such a silly. It was silly. I was saying ovaries. Oh my god! I had a friend once. I had a friend that meant to say Mahalo Warriors, but instead he said Mahalo Oreos. He was super stoned. It was hilarious, dude. I'm just imagining that now, because in a scenario like that, instead of being like, "Oh, what? I didn't mean to say that," instead they just laugh uncontrollably, and you can't. It takes like 45 minutes to figure out what they were trying to say. Oh man. Oh, buddy, what a good time. Oh, K-Max. Wait, hold on. Think you especially like my chat last night on Simpcast about racism of Advil. Wait, what did you say? I don't remember. Next year's MegaCon dates should be announced on Monday. If I mind right, they were fairly quick in announcing this year's dates as soon as it finished. Yeah, they had them up like immediately last year. And I really was like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. And I was like trying to like actually plan stuff out and see like, okay, how much is a plane ticket? How much am I going to save up? Like if I'm going to be putting money into savings, how much of this is going to be like stay in my savings versus how much is going to be specifically for MegaCon? And I was like really trying to like put together a whole plan for it. And I wasn't doing too bad, but then things changed for me not too long after that. And so anyway, what I think I should do is get the stuff that I originally wanted to do for this year's MegaCon. And then also work on like a fitness plan for myself so that because like this year, man, I'm like, I look like there's no way that I'd want to do any cosplay whatsoever at MegaCon this year. I'd feel like a beached whale. I'd look disgusting and I'd be so uncomfortable. So, oh yes. Pain and equity of Advil claimed Black people are discriminated against. Yes, the pain of discrimination is what makes them need to take Advil. The thing with that whole thing that I just because I've heard about like not necessarily medical malpractice, but like essentially like Black people do discuss their experiences like trying to get medical treatment from doctors and really not feeling like they're taken care of or taken seriously when it comes to the pain they're experiencing. And I can see that because when you're speaking with somebody who has a when they're using like there's a specific cadence to their voice and there's a specific tone, um oftentimes like when you would there I would say more often than not there are like Black people who do feel a little bit more defensive in certain situations, especially when they're feeling a lot more vulnerable. I mean, I think that anybody can relate to that feeling anyway. um and I'm not saying this is like fuck them, I'm saying this is like more of like a place of empathy, like recognizing that like when there's a person who has a little bit more of a tough exterior anyway, and now they're in a vulnerable situation in a medical scenario, and and you know they're trying to explain that they're in pain, and then they're not getting the proper pain management administered to them because the person who's listening to them sees somebody with a tough exterior, right? They hear somebody who has more of like uh not even necessarily a defensive tone, but there's more of like a tough guy tone, right? And then they're probably not going to take, oh yeah, I said for on a scale from 1 to 10 and then they said it was a 10. It's probably just a 5 or whatever. I would say that I would believe that there is truth to that. First of all, I think a lot of doctors kind of suck at their jobs. um and then when you hear of and I don't know exactly how much truth to this there is because I don't know where the reporting came from. I don't, but hearing about like the chances of Black women um, experiencing severe medical issues or even death during when giving birth, because again, like doctors really aren't taking what they're saying seriously. Um, you just kind of put a perspective of like, yeah, I believe that this would happen. I don't know exactly how much of a problem it is. Like I don't know to what extent. Um, but I believe it's true. I believe that um I believe that that Black people experience that in a medical setting for sure. I just don't know what Advil has to do with it. Like they can still go to the drugstore and pick up some Advil and ring it up, and pay for it. And then like when they experience pain, they can like if they do have like higher pain, not tolerance, but like the opposite of it. If they're experiencing if they have higher pain like sensitivity, then they can take 4 instead of 3 or 2 or whatever. Right? I mean, for me, I spent a lot of years like using different types of pain relievers, and finally, after a long, long time, finally realized that when it's unbearable, I take a leave. That's so I will take it. I will take it when I need it, and it's a leave is what is the most effective for me. Oh yeah, it's just BS corporate pandering. Right wingers will start getting more of it catered to them because companies see the right wing shift of the country. There is that too. Like, because that's the thing is like I'm like I don't really understand. Even though this is something like I said, when it comes to like somebody going to a doctor and trying to receive accurate treatment and all of that and not feeling taken seriously, I'll believe that. I'm willing to believe that. I just don't know what that has to do with buying pain medication. But it's true. It's the same thing with the fucking band-aids, right? Like, oh, black people, they go to the store and they can't find a band-aid that matches their skin. First of all, the one that's supposed to match white people's skin never fucking matched my skin color. Did I complain about it? No. And secondly, but I don't know if I've ever even had owned band-aids that purposefully were meant to match a white person's skin. Usually it was like Barbies and Power Rangers and shit. We all saw JD Vance's little kid at the inauguration with her multiple band-aid for finger stickers. Oh man, I remember one time so my this is going to be hard to navigate because they're all cousins, but essentially like I have some cousins who have a niece, right? So the niece is also my cousin, but um and of course and her mom is also my cousin. But so I have cousins who have a niece and she is very much like a very free spirit. And it's actually really funny is back in my days of selling shoes, they came in and visited me and she was like being her very true authentic self. And when they left, my boss was like, I know you don't have kids, and that's why I don't think that's your daughter. But if I didn't know better, I would have thought that was like your little kid. She's exactly like you. Cause she's anyway, she would go over to her aunt and uncle's house, and it was like every few moments she would go back over to her uncle and be like, I need another band-aid. I need another band-aid. I need another band-aid. I need another band-aid. Because they had like the fun kid band-aids and she would just be decorated in all of them. And he was like, God, it was just so annoying. Because first of all, like, I guess what like, hey, just mom, insert mom's name here. Bring over a box of band-aids. I'll cover the kid in the band-aids. I don't care. But like, why do I have to get up every 30 seconds to put another band-aid on the kid? All right. Like, I just want to sit here and chill, mind my business, listen for the craziness in case the kids get hurt or whatever, but just let them go and party outside or whatever they're doing. Okay. I'm not the like the band-aid waitress. What's happening here? And but we all had a good laugh, including the uncle, because it's just funny. That's just how kids are, though. They anyway. That's not the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is band-aids don't have to match your skin, okay, in order for you to use them. And so it's the same like corporate pandering thing with that too. It's just like wham, wham, wham. You need band-aids to match your skin. Here's the thing: even when they started making darker ones, they don't match. They don't match their skin. You can still see a fucking band-aid. It's interesting because when they made clear band-aids. Remember that? The sticky part was all clear and you can just see like a tiny little whatever where the bandage was. What was wrong with that? The ad was about how black people are constantly bombarded with the pain of discrimination, and we all need to kiss their ass for it. I mean, that's the thing is like, I'm willing to believe that there are medical malpractices or what have you when it comes to that, but like, it's just bizarre that I don't understand how more people aren't seeing through that. It's like you can still have empathy for somebody for having a shit experience like that and feeling like it is, it is because of, skin color, gender, or whatever, or just from being different from that person, from the doctor or whatever. I just like, why are we morphing it into something so an over the counter product though? Here comes Mint with her extremely racist takes. More Black women died during birth because they use Black doctors. I'm never going to get like a sponsorship or be on anyone's PR list or anything. I might not ever even get ad revenue at this point because I keep laughing at this shit. Can we just admit, though, that kind of stuff is still funny? Oh, here we go. Yep, not all doctors finished at the top of their class. As a coworker who had been through the system would say, dude, and that's a whole other situation where like doctors graduate, but what were their grades? And what school did they go to? Where did they get their residency? There's so many different factors there where it's just like, yeah. Ooh. And then, like, you also just have like, there's doctors where it's like they're just human, right? And humans make mistakes. I think I mentioned this. Did I or no? Lila was on Zia's channel a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about how she was misdiagnosed with bipolar because she was really young still, and like, when you have your period cycle, your hormones change throughout the month. And when you're younger and going through that, there's a couple of different factors there. One, the hormone changes are a lot more extreme when you're younger, but also you're still like trying to figure out emotional regulation. And so when your hormones are doing all these things, you're experiencing emotions that go along with it. And those are big, big, big feelings that feel way bigger when you are young. And they are also like, you don't fully understand how to regulate them just yet. And so she was concerned. She didn't like the way that she was feeling. She didn't like, she didn't like the way, I don't know exactly the details of it, but she said that she went to the doctor and they diagnosed her bipolar and prescribed her lithium. And then she couldn't afford the medication, so she didn't buy it. And then realized, oh, this was my period cycle. I was just not fully used to it. Isabella Live, I say hello to you yet. Hello, it's good to see you. Lounge Zinger, what up? Hey, what's up, Courtney and chat? I got a 5-second. Can I get a 5-second recap? Well, we were discussing. I was discussing. What was I discussing? Yay! Basically having some structure to my streams, like doing 1 day a week of like fat shaming. And I was kind of going over a couple of things that I was watching recently of like people from my 600-pound life and like all the excuses that they use and how they kind of trick themselves into believing that they're doing all the right things when they're not. Like one guy that was 745 pounds was supposed to lose, I think, like 10 pounds in a month or something, maybe 30 pounds in a month. I don't remember how much. But instead, he gained 20 pounds and was claiming that he was doing all the right things, but he wasn't. His mom was enabling him, and it was just really awful. So like going over those kinds of things once a week, and then having a body cam stream once a week, and then doing like a free-for-all like chaos day once a week. And then I just need to kind of sort out what those days are going to be. Maybe maybe I could do like a Monday and a Tuesday, like Fat Shame Monday, Body Cam Tuesday, and then Thursday night, like after hours, like party time. And then, because then I can start getting into the groove of, I'm just trying to think of like, okay, if I were to do a certain stream, like what I could start doing is, once I get comfortable with a schedule, then I can start factoring in like, oh, okay, now we're going to switch over to like a members only, and then have like a members only for like an hour or two after. Then that way I can actually justify like setting up a members only or a members thing. And yeah, I'm just trying to sort that out too, because I think maybe that might be the way to go, is just doing a stream and then switching over to a members only, instead of trying to carve out another day where I can do members only streams. And that way we can do multiple members only streams, and then that can still give me time. I'm thinking for movie watch alongs, just doing like one Saturday a month of movie watch alongs in the Discord. But yes, and then we were also talking about the weird Advil commercials. Oh, okay. It's not just Black communities dealing with the stores. There are no Black people where I live, and my local Walmart locks everything up in glass cases. You know what's crazy? Speaking of which, so I live in the small town, and especially like right where I am at, everything around, like all the stores around me, like nothing's locked up. I can just go freely shop for my stuff. Well, I was like, okay, I have to go to Walmart because this stuff, like that's where all the like less expensive stuff is. Okay. That's where I have to go get my coffee because it's like $2 cheaper. Okay. And then I have to like, and then the steaks, those are the only ones, the only good ones, all this stuff. Right. And I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to waste my money on steak if it's not going to be good. First of all. Secondly, I don't, I'd rather just drive a few more minutes down the road. I keep thinking that it's way further away than it is though, but it's like 15 minutes I think it was like 12 minutes away versus like 6. Okay. Then, but there were like certain things that I wanted to get that I was like, okay, this has to be less expensive because like then if I were to go to Target or something, this is at Walmart, right? Like moisturizer and mascara. Girl, so much of it was locked up. They had their cases that after a certain hour they just close and lock up, and you have to ask an associate to get the stuff for you. But then other things like on the shelves, they're anything that hangs up, they have these little like locks on them that an associate has to come and unlock for you. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. So I got the basics. Like I was like, okay, I'll grab like my steaks, my bacon, and my coffee and whatever. And then I have to go to Target for the other stuff because I don't want to have to. And of course, there were plenty of associates all over the place, but they were all like too busy to even acknowledge my existence. And so I was like, I just want to leave. So I did. I left and I went to Target to get the other stuff. I just thought like, this isn't even very far away from where I live. Why is everything locked up over here? I think, well, okay, over here at the Target, I think it's like the lashes are locked up, like the false lashes. No, they're not. Some of them are, I think, but not all of them. Isn't that weird? I didn't understand. It's okay to laugh sometimes. It's not that I'm ashamed of laughing. It's that advertisers don't like those things. And so you can get demonetized or just never get monetized. And like advertiser companies that want to do sponsorships, and they're not going to want to. K-Max with $10. Courtney, do you think another problem is they base discrimination only on self-reporting? I could say not getting my butt kissed is discrimination, but that is based on my self-reporting only. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because the thing is, like, I have spoken to people who, I mean, I don't know why they would lie to me. Maybe I should know why they would lie to me. But they've felt like they were discriminated against, and maybe it wasn't for their skin color, but something was going on that just didn't seem right. They were not being treated properly. One was like with the cops. But then you have like these race hoaxes that we see in the media, and you're like, well, yeah, so we can see right through that. Okay. I remember even one time there was this girl, we were working at a company that was very much like male dominated. It was in an industry that, like, basically like a lot of like good old boys, a lot of deals made with a couple of handshakes and a wink and whatever. Not really understanding that there are processes that you have to follow. And especially at that company where like they really had specific processes that they had to follow to avoid like fraud stuff or something. I don't know. It was very weird. But I felt like, because I had to interact with a lot of dudes, and I was just like, okay, I don't know if this is like an age thing. And they don't know how old I actually am. I don't know if this is like a gender thing, or if this really is just like they've been in the game way longer than I have even been alive. And now they think that, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I kept like over and over and over again, because I was working in a department that essentially was like new to the industry. And so, people came to me with a lot of questions, and I don't know if their egos were hit a little bit because, again, they had to come with all these questions. They didn't know what was going on. And now a woman is saying something to them. A woman is educating them, or a person who's significantly younger than them, or just a person who hasn't been working in this industry for very long is the one who has to answer their question or whatever. But it would just be like so much pushback, so much attitude. And I'm like, I don't know why you're fucking arguing with me. Like, this is how this process goes. You're not going to have functioning product if you don't fucking do this. Like, I don't know how to help you. I already gave you the answer. Just do that. And I was like, I told one of my coworkers, I'm like, okay, I really don't want this to be like a sexism thing. I really don't want it to be, but like, what the hell is the problem? Like, I need this to be resolved because I'm sick and tired of it. And she was like, no, it is a sexism thing. And like, she immediately, and I'm like, but I don't know these people well enough to know if that's what it is. Like, I don't know. I feel like, oh. Oh man, I miss this. I miss shit going on. I was going to reply to me, but block me so I can't see it. Fucking pussy. Yeah, what? They were going to turn Lila into a battery. Yes. Lithium battery. This is what happens when I go on my tangents. I miss all the fun in the chat. Oh, important topics in the world of cheese needs its own segment as well. Yes. Well, speaking of that, I had to race to the post office before it closed because Sam sent me some cheese. And it always happens. This package is too big for my box. So I have to go up to the front desk and be like, hello, can you give me this package? Because it doesn't fit in there. And if I didn't go then I would have to wait until today to go get it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna let my cheese just sit there. So what are we doing here? So, and the thing is like, I knew I was going to have to do this. I knew that, but for some reason, well, I think I just kind of forgot or something. I don't really know. But I dropped everything and ran, and I made it in time. And then I was very excited. And then I joined Zia on her stream after Steph the Alter Nerd had to go. And I showed off my cheese, and then I had to eat some of the cheese. I ate the cheese curds, and now they're gone. And the bacon cheese is almost gone. And then and the Adelheid is almost gone. And I was just dipping that in the apricot jam. I wasn't even like trying to be classy with it. The shit was so good though. It was so good. Now, might have to get like a part-time job just to cover my cheese expenses, I think. I don't know. Locking things up is what we get for lowering the standards and allowing the erosion of our formerly high trust societies by these screens. Yeah, it's just getting worse and worse. And it's I don't like the justification of like, oh, it's like a big corporation and they can handle it. It's just an insurance. It's an insurance claim, yada yada, like all this crap. Like, get out of here. Like, why is it that people think that it's okay to justify stealing to any degree? Courtney, it was a disagreement about why stores in certain communities closed down. Well, I mean, it's definitely because there was like a lot of theft. Remember that whole situation when like there was a Walmart closing down? I think it was in somewhere in Oregon, and there was a big old claim that it was just racism, but really it was like this store has been robbed blind. Like there's no reason for it to be here. It's not racism. Is that that's just how businesses work. They're not. It's not a church. It's not a food bank. You can't. It's not like this isn't donated to them. It's a business. You treat it like a business. Like if you're actually that hard up on food, why can't you go to a food bank? Why can't you get a part-time job? Why can't like trust me, being poor sucks. And like wondering like if you're going to be able to afford food sucks. I've been there. I know how it feels, but I've never gotten to a point where I thought like, oh yeah, I'm just going to start stealing shit at stores. Like you start figuring stuff out, you get creative. Like I've had to work like 3-4 jobs at the same time just to like make ends meet, just to have a place to live. Like I would actually, there was a point in time where I would dog sit specifically so that I had a place to live. But I did it. Do I think that everybody should do that? No. Like there are definitely things that need to change because people shouldn't have to go through that, especially if they're like also working multiple other jobs. But like looting the shit out of a store for stuff that's like not even necessities. It's just like, nah. No, I'm sorry. I don't support that. Which Disney princess is your favorite? I don't know. I have no idea. I never thought about it. I love watching you and Zia on stream together. Oh, yay, thank you. I know I love joining her on stream. It's always so fun. It's always a party. Hi Chonga, come here. Hi, what's going on? I looked off to the side and I just saw this little snoot sticking like out around the corner from my bedroom door. That's all I saw. Just a little snoot. I love her little blank stare. You're so warm. Are you by your heater? Are you confused? You look a little confused. Here, you want to lay down? Oh, what a funny dog. She's so cute. That is exactly my point. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. See, like I mean, you can assume like who's living in that neighborhood and who's doing the damage, but at the end of the day, like a business doesn't just like leave because of the color of people's skin in that area. It's because like the store in that area is losing money. Like I used to work for a company where we had like a shit ton of locations all over the place. And like I remember when I very first started working there was one store in particular that like I thought was like a really busy store. Like we knew it as like a pretty busy store. I'm trying to remember if it was 24 hours. I don't think it ever was. But over time, they kept shortening the hours. It might have actually been a 24-hour store for a minute, like a brief time when I was very new. But like over time, they kept having to shorten the hours more and more and more. Like it was normal to be open 8 to 10, but then they shortened it 9 to 9. And then it was like 9 to 7. And they were just like, basically like, we can't stay open this long because it's actually like taking money away from us. So if we shorten the store hours, then we pay less money to the employees, and then maybe we can like recoup some of this money that we're losing. And then just over time, I'm pretty sure that it like, gets shut down by now. Maybe I mean I haven't been there in like forever, so I don't know. But that happened with like a couple of locations. There was even this is actually really sad. Well, I guess it's not that sad because who cares? But like I was working for a department store that like originated out here, and like yeah, one of the locations, it was the second store that ever opened under that name. And one of the locations started off by shortening the store hours, and then next thing you know, it left that location. It just poof, it went away. And I thought, gosh, that actually kind of sucks because you have like these different stores, like you're like, okay, here's store 1, store 2, store whatever. Like there was actually one store to this day. I'm like, wait a minute. Where is store 3? But now there's no store 2 either. And I'm like, are they going to renumber them, or are we just going to all like forget the ghosts of store 2 and 3 and whichever other ones? Like it's one thing when you have like a few hundred, right? And like, okay, so store 341 is gone or whatever, but like 2, 3, like that's just like, oh God, history is going away, right? But again, like they didn't leave because they thought like people were of the wrong color were coming in to shop. They shut down because that store was not making any money, whether they were being robbed all the time or nobody was shopping there. At the end of the day, it was not making money. It doesn't matter how many millions of dollars this big corporation's making overall. They're not running this one to fund this one. They're running this one to make money. And they're running this one to make money. And if this one doesn't make money, then they get rid of that one. This one doesn't just fund that one for funsies. You get rid of the one that's not making money. No one should have to work 4 to 5 jobs to make end meets, but certain people won't even work one. Right. Well, yeah, and that's just it. Is like, you really shouldn't be put in a position where you're struggling to know, like, you don't even make enough money to like pay rent somewhere, even though you're working a handful of jobs. And then two, like you're not sure exactly where your next meal is going to come from. Like most of your meals are based off of like house sitting for people and hoping that they leave food behind, like that kind of shit. But like that is not like a good situation to be in, right? And I don't think that like that's normal. I don't think that like I don't wish that on people. But what I do say is that like if you are not working and then you are struggling to make money or struggling to make ends meet or whatever because you don't have a job, well then like you should get a job. No, I'll admit, like nowadays, it is actually a little bit harder to find a job than it was back in the day. I feel like I used to like just blink and like I had a new job. But even still, like if you're above working a certain job because whatever, but like you're like willing to go rob a store. It's like I don't know, man. Yeah, I think some things should change because there are situations that like people are like just making an honest living and it's just not enough. And they are struggling to wonder where their next meal is going to be. And I don't think that's fair. I just think that things need to change. I don't think that means that they need to go stealing stuff from people though, or from businesses. Look at Chongus. I didn't steal her. I almost got to though. Because I had to remind the people that I hadn't paid them for her yet. I was like, so do you want my money? Or they almost just set me on my way. I should have just let it happen, but I don't know. I'm too honest of a person. So I gave them money so I could take her home. Hi, you're so cute. She wants a belly rub. Chungus is my favorite Disney princess. Yes, yes, chunga, 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 choo choo. Chunga, 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 choo choo. Yeah, her name has morphed from Chungus to Chonga Bagel and Chonga Choo Choo. Choo 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 choo. I love this thing so much. My favorite Disney princess is Trans Hercules. I'm sure it's in the works. They'll probably add a hyphen to be clever. Hercules. I think, well, if I have a favorite Disney princess, man, I don't know. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of them, all of them are like kind of retarded. Like look at Ariel. She was like, "Yeah, you can take away my voice. I just wanna get some legs and go hang out with this dude I never met." And she did it. I mean, that guy was a little retarded too because he was like, "I should marry this girl that can't talk." I don't know. It was weird. I don't like that dynamic. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot the whole Aladdin situation. Like Jasmine was just into a homeless dude. That was the whole thing, right? Like that was just like, okay. I mean, relatable. I get it. Like, when you're like 16, you're not really into like, a well-established, sophisticated man. The homeless guy is like where it's at, I guess. I get it. But when you're old, you're like, get a job, you fucking idiot. What's wrong with you? Why are you putting your pet monkey through all of this? Let's see here. Okay. During the Adam Sandler talk, I did not hear who's popular in Hollywood that you dislike as a comedy person or any other actor or actress. I mean, I'm not like a big fan of anybody in Hollywood. Like I don't really care either way. I'm like indifferent. I mean, I was on board with hating on Will Ferrell for sure. Like I don't think that Elf is like as good of a movie as everyone says it is. Like I remember I felt like it was just so overhyped, and then I saw it and was like, oh, like it was a good movie. Like I was fine with it, but I was just like, I don't understand. Everyone was like, oh my god, that's so amazing. That's amazing. It's like, okay, hey, it's good. But like it's no the Santa Claus. Hello. Come on. But Will Ferrell is just like a one-trick pony. Like there was like when we were talking about all that, it was just, there's a difference between being like a comedian and having a certain style of comedy and then just being a one-trick pony. Because the thing is that like, yeah, they're comedians, but they're not doing stand-up, right? So it's not like they're sticking to a specific style of comedy for their stand-up tour. They're in movies and they're playing roles, but like when we watch them play these roles, it's the same fucking character. Like, okay, why am I watching this one? Why can't I just watch the other one? I don't understand. What are we like? Why would I watch Billy Madison when I can just watch Happy Gilmore? Why would I watch Waterboy if I can just watch Happy Gilmore? It's all the same shit. Why would I watch Step Brothers if I can just watch Old School? You're the same character over and over again. Yeah, the man-child archetype was popularized by millennials, which is why they love Will. It's true. And why? Yes. All right. Thank you, man. See, the elf hype is overrated. Like I understand watching a movie and liking it and whatever, right? Fine. But I just feel like everybody was jerking off every time they told me I needed to watch Elf. There was Belle who fixed her kidnapper boyfriend. Yeah, and who was also a fucking animal. And she friggin' turned Gaston down. And look at Gaston. Look how many women he was turning down because he wanted Belle. And she was just like, no. Seriously, honey? You know how many women would die for that? Oh, look at this dude who's like fucking huge on his egg diet. He can protect and provide like no other. And he's constantly turning women down. He is like he's every woman's dream and he's turning women down left and right. All he wants is you. And you turn him down for an animal. Ma'am. And that animal was awful to you. You would prefer Gaston over the beast. Yeah, I would prefer, first of all, I would prefer a human over any species. Just a human. Human is the only one on my list. Thank you. Yeah. Also, I would prefer a man who is like as obsessed with me as Gaston is with Belle over some dude who is abusive to me. Belle, you fucking idiot. My booster seat is not boosting very well. Hi, Chunka. You need your nails clipped so bad. I'm sorry, honey. We'll do that. We'll get your nails clipped. He has to be human. Wow. High standards, anyone? Yeah. Yeah. Contrary to popular belief about women and animals. It's not my thing. Similarly, Chrissy's impression of Adam Sandler, all I know of Adam Sandler is I feel like I get the gist of his movies. Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems were far more interesting. Yeah, his like late 90s, early 2000s stuff was just him like that's like his movies. It was like him yelling and screaming. And like that was it. Wait, I know when I went out dating, I'd meet women and think, are they more into their dog than in having a boyfriend? Well, so that depends on because like yeah, I would much rather just have my dogs than have a boyfriend, but that they're not my dogs aren't my boyfriend, right? Like they're just my little critters. But like I've said before, you know, like the dogs don't go anywhere, right? So if you want me to get rid of your dog or rid of my dogs, like, well, then it's over. Like we're not going to date. You know, these are my priority. I made a promise to them. Look at them. Oh, just my baby. Like I'm not rehoming these things for some guy, right? But that doesn't mean that I have like that I like I'm dating my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like Belle, on the other hand, friggin' weirdo. My favorite Disney princess was Pocahontas, which is ironic given my racial bias. But you know, she was going against the rules, chasing after that white dude. So there's something there, maybe. I liked her too. I think part of it was like she had all those like cool animal friends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the grinning wildcat why he grins? Jake Hudson coming in with a $1.11. Woo! I need to get I need to get sounds going. Thank you, Jake Hudson. Hello. Yes. White Boy Summer for Pocahontas. Yes, girl. Oh man. I see your Adam Sandler hate and raise you a Jack Black. I don't even know how to do a Jack Black because it's just I haven't really even seen a lot of his shit though. Yeah, I'm trying to think like is he even what does he do? I don't even know what he does. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, speaking of which, I assume this is because you're just hoping the English would wipe out her people. Okay, look at me. All right. By the way, my last name is an English. I have an English surname, okay? But I am Native American. But my great my great grandparents are a Native American and an English person, and it appears as though some of my people got a little wiped out. Here I am to show you guys it doesn't take much to just get rid of Pocahontas. I think of you as German. Well, I am German. I am German and Norwegian. Let's see here, Swedish, Scottish, Swedish, Scottish. I'm not Dutch. I say Dutch, but no. It turns out that my Dutch is the Pennsylvania Dutch, which is just German. But for some fucking reason, people in my family were like, "We're Pennsylvania Dutch." What? Yeah, that all that means is that there were German people that went to Pennsylvania, and the Pennsylvanians were like, "You guys are Dutch, right? We're German." So, Swedish, Scottish, Irish, Norwegian, German, and Native American, and English. So, yeah, it is possible. Nobody could ever tell that I'm Native American at all. Not even the government. Thanks a lot, government. I want my reparations. So did mine in the Holodomor. Yeah, we just you can you can wipe them out. Exactly. You're not Dutch, you're Deutsch. Yeah. I can't believe that. It's so funny. Like, I mean, same thing with how many years we went with like Indians. They're Indians when like, oh, they're not Indian. It was that was Christopher Columbus getting lost and thinking that he was in India. I was like, oh, this is what Indians look like? No. No, it's not. It's not. What even were we called? Was America called back then? What was it even? Because it's weird to me that there are a lot of lands out here that still have very like clearly traditional like Native American names. Like there, like I was saying, did I mention this before? There's a city named after my tribe here in Washington State. Like we have multiple cities called Seattle, but they're just spelled a little bit differently because no one ever knew how to actually say or spell Chief Seattle's name. And like Alki is named after New York. Like Alki in whatever fucking language means New York. And so they called it New Alki. And then Chief Seattle was like, we should go over there. And then they just went across the water to Seattle. Which, I mean, like, good choice, dude, because, like, the sun setting in the west, you get, like, a way better sunset over there. You're more Native American than Elizabeth Warren. Maybe I am. What tribe? The Wanuchi tribe. It's called Wenatchee out here. Because yet again, they mispronounced and misspelled. But that's us. America was colonies back then. 50 nifty United States with 13 original colonies. Shout 'em, scout 'em, all about 'em, one by one. Wait. One by one till you're giving a name to every state in the USA. We didn't list the 13 colonies though. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut. Anyway, I could do the rest of them if you want, but West Seattle. Oh God, living in the city still sucks, but at least in West Seattle, you have a water and a bridge buffer. West Seattle is fucking terrible. West Seattle is terrifying. Or do you mean what did the natives call it? Yeah, like what you know, I mean, was there even I mean, I guess that I guess we really didn't have like a society like we do now back then. So maybe because it's like, are these people? Are they not Native Americans? Like, no, they're not Indians. They're not Native Americans. Like, what? I don't want to just call them indigenous. Like, what was their native land called? Was it just called Seattle? You're probably thinking of White Center. Yes, White Center is terrible. Yeah. Half my family is from Seattle, but moved to Minnesota. But I grew up going to Washington all the time. I used to want to live there so bad. It's I mean, the thing is like it's not terrible. The Chaz Shop situation really put me off for a minute there. But I mean, now there's just like a small patch of land in that park where people I probably are like, that's probably not even there anymore. Where people were like, we're gonna have vegetables. No, you're not. I guarantee you, they never even had like a full crop with any of their plants. My my body hurts. And look at my dog. How cute she is. Dee, 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 dee. Yep. Alki and Admiral are nice. I want to touch on that as well. Alki is I love Alki. Also, though, I'm sad that Luna Park is no longer a thing. I mean, I was never even alive when it was a thing, but I wish Luna Park never had to go away. Maybe I'm just like a theme park or an amusement park type person, and or maybe it's just a history thing, but I wish we had it still. Because from what I saw, it actually looked really cool. Wait, okay. Google says natives had a bunch of names for it, including Turtle Island. Well, glad that one didn't stick. And those are English words, though. They spoke English? I don't understand. Ever hear the expression feather not dot? Yeah, but that's because Christopher Columbus called them Indians and he was too retarded to realize that they're not Indians. He got lost. I was like, I'm in India. And they're like, no, we're not. And he was like, oh, really? Well, let me cut off your hands. I mean, it didn't really fully go fully go that way, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. He got lost and was like, these are Indians. And I mean, he found out that they weren't Indians, but he still we just still went with it. We're like, well, he thought they were Indians when he got here, so we're just going to keep calling them that, but they weren't. So what were they? Because was this already just America? No, it wasn't America when he got here. They weren't Native Americans. They were something. K-Max, I know. I think it's funny to say Indian anyway. Like Louis C.K., you're Indian. Well, okay, yeah, but I don't care about that. Is what I'm saying is, what are they actually? Native what? You know? What is that land? They're not even indigenous. They're from Asia. Interesting. Dun dun dun. The Apothecans. Tim F is here. Hello. Oh, who's that dumb bitch? Isn't it in Australia? Oh God. I forgot all the name, all the words now. But she's the one that always has to do the fucking haka dance at like every like Congress meeting or some shit. Is it Congress meetings they're at? I don't even remember if that's well, it's Australia. They don't but you know what I'm talking about? That stupid bitch, like every time the elites get together, she's like, bah! Like one time she like ripped that paper up and like it turns out that because she's trying to prove some fucking point with the government about like, you know, we are natives here and, you know, like this should be respected or whatever. But it turns out like they're not, that it's not their native land. And like they were very violent in trying to take over the land and like were very cannibalistic and stuff too. Like pretty awful. Meg Guinevere's here. Hello. Courtney, how are you today? I feel half retarded, but you know, here we are. I'm falling asleep. Oh no. Welcome, Meg. You're just in time for racism. Yeah, okay, it was in New Zealand. That's what it was. It's cringe. I don't know her name. They are not native to New Zealand. Yeah, they're not even native to that area. They're native like some other fucking place. And but yeah, it was the history is very violent. Like they are not a good people. And so it's just really funny that she's over here like, I'm going to do my stupid haka dance every single time that we meet, and I'm going to be so disrespectful and demand that you're like honoring my heritage, only to realize like if that's what we're doing, then that means that I get to like slit your throat and like eat you for dinner. Is that what we're doing? That lassie down in New Zealand. Yeah, that dumb bitch that like every fucking Congress meeting or whatever it is that they have down there, always has to do the haka dance. And like she was even like ripping up a bill that I think was actually supposed to be the bill was actually supposed to work in favor of them. Oh, I think it was the bill was essentially taking away their like precedence of their tribe or whatever, because they're essentially like they would get like a first choice or whatever in anything. Like if they went to the hospital and like I was there as well and had been waiting for 8 hours, but they walked in, they would immediately get treatment and I would still have to wait. If we applied for the same college, they would get picked and I wouldn't, like that kind of stuff. And they wanted to make there was basically a bill saying that like everybody who lived there had equal treatment, and she was mad and ripped the paper. What an asshole. But yeah, I should have do that stupid haka dance. Yeah, she's an idiot. But yeah. They're not even, but that like that at the end of the day, they're not even talking about Maury. Yes. Yes. And they're not even native to that land. And so they're trying to do this thing of claiming that like they like they need to be respected and honored because this is their land, and so they should be taking precedence in like any situation. Yeah, it's part of their culture. It must be respected. Offer yourself to be eaten or you're racist. Yes. Yeah, they're violent colonizers. Exactly. I mean, pretty much, right? Like they're again, they're not native to that land, and they're attempting, that's the thing, is like they attempted to colonize, but they weren't really that successful. Whoops. Okay, I need to go pee really quick. Okay, BRB. I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. I forgot that Jonathan Davis beatboxed and scatted in Freak on a Leash. Does anybody remember this? That guy became a millionaire from that, by the way. Here I am doing that for free, and homie was getting millions of dollars to do that on stage every night. But like seriously, how come we didn't talk about that more? Jonathan Davis is over here with his dreadlocks. And we just accepted it. We turned him into a millionaire. What? We did that. We were like, this is perfect. Thank you, Jonathan Davis. I mean, for crying out loud, nowadays he would have been protested and harassed, I think, for the cultural appropriation. Corn Prodigy mashup, please. Go! Oh man. Subscribe for more of that. Yeah. Hi, honey. In my quest to urinate, I found Cricket. You can't see her. There we go. So now we have 2 doggies, and they are so perfect. Oh, I have a ghost in my house that's sitting on me, making me cold. Now, did you name the ghost? What's this ghost's backstory? I need to know more about the ghost, please. Thank you. Tell me more. They're not the only ones doing the haka dance. The Hawaiians and Samoans do the dance all the time. Yeah, well, that was actually one thing that threw me off a little bit, because I remember Jason Momoa doing the haka dance, and then I saw that dumb bitch doing it, and I was like, is she appropriating his dance? No, probably, maybe not. I don't really know. Quest to urinate. Yes, sometimes urination is a quest. Okay, I must go on my quest to urinate. The way that the dogs are sitting is very frustrating, because you can't see either of their faces. Dear. Oh, you are cute. That is a cute dog. They're all Polynesians. Yes, that makes sense. It's called Asshole Ghost. Okay, so we don't have like an origin story of this ghost. Like, oh, this ghost is named Jeff, and he like hangs out. He's a little annoying. He makes noises sometimes in the middle of the night. Nothing like that. He just makes you cold. You know what's making me cold? This fucking snow. It's snowing. It's snowing. It is actively snowing right now. Isabel alive with the $2. Time to check PayPal. Oh my God. He gave me even more money? Um. Oh, and then he said $10. Wow, look at that. Money, 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 money. Oh, for being a good mom to the puppies. Oh, thank you. Remember that time that guy told me I was a bad dog mom? That was wild. He steals things until you think you're going crazy, and then makes them reappear in completely random places. Yeah, that guy's a fucking dick. I was hoping for like a, something a little bit more interesting. Wait, sounds impressive. Did you succeed in your quest to urinate? Yes. I urinated, and then so Chungus, she followed me around, and so then she was waiting outside the bathroom, and then she was acting like she wanted to go leave the room, and so I was like, okay. So I went to go let her out, but then I saw Cricket on the back of the couch dancing. And I was like, oh, she's stuck on the couch because she does that sometimes. I don't know what her deal is, but she'll sit on the back of the couch and she'll be like, so I have to get up from whatever I'm doing and go get her off of the couch. I'm like, hey, stupid, how did you get onto the couch? Hello? Because I didn't put you there. So I had to go get her off the couch. And when I did that, Chongus followed me back in here. But there we go. But yes, so my quest for urination, I guess it was after the quest for urination, I found Cricket. Man, why do I feel so tired? Oh, why do I feel so tired? Seriously, why do I feel so tired? I just feel like anyway. So if anybody missed it, I'll just give a quick breakdown yet again of the plan for future streams. Because I just need to get like a good schedule going. Because guess what? If it doesn't fully work out, we can always change it, right? So I figured we could just have one day dedicated to the fat shaming, and then another day dedicated to body cam videos, and then one free for all day. And then once we get that down pat, I think what I can do is set up memberships. And what I'll do there is at the end of every live stream, switch over to members only for like an hour or two. And then, yes. And then one Saturday a month doing watch alongs in the Discord. And yeah, so I'm kind of leaning towards maybe doing like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or maybe Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Because I feel like oh, sorry. Was that bothering you? Beep, 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 beep. Did you sign up for TreatStream? Yes, but I don't know how to use it because, like, for the stuff that you like, that you want, you're supposed to like add as a treat or whatever. It says that you just go, like, add it to a cart and act like you're gonna buy it, and then instead of buying it, marking a treat as a favorite was the top of the list. Yeah, but you marking a treat as dessert. Okay, so I don't want to send a treat to my. No, I don't. Add new treats. Looks like you already have an account. Yeah, I know. Okay. Treat settings. Like, I don't understand. Oh, what the fuck? Like, it says, okay, add it to your cart, and then instead of buying it, you just hit like add a treat. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then there's no option to add the treat. View my treat panel. This thing is so annoying. Okay. This thing is just taking me around in circles over and over and over again. There's no I fucking don't care. Anyway, so what the fuck is TreatStream? It is basically like a food. It's like DoorDash, but it's for it's so that like viewers can send you food, without your like personal information being revealed. It's just that like there's certain things on it that I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Oh damn! I thought I could have a meatball sub delivered to you at 3 a.m. or something without your knowledge. No, it's like because the thing is, like, you can set parameters over like when you can receive food too. So like I can shut that part off, and then you could log into the account, but it won't send anything until the next time I make it go live. Do supporters need an account, or is it a wish list? You provide a link. I provide a link. So stop being annoying. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Put link in chat and we can test it. Okay, let's see here. Because I think like even if I don't add like stuff, like add a treat or whatever, I think you can just still just send stuff. But I want to add like a favorites list, you know? And it's weird because like so you could go through and you have like you have there when you go to like add whatever like stuff that you have like your favorite things to eat or whatever, you either can go to Papa John's or Grubhub, right? I'm like, don't ever send me Papa John's ever. I mean, if you do, I'm just gonna throw it away. Papa John's is gross. Why is it gross though? The cat looking at the empty food dish. I know. But like every time I go to add the treats, it's like it doesn't let me actually add treats. It just basically makes me buy it. So let's see here. And of course, oh wait, no, not Asian. Oh God. Hello. No. Oh my God. I don't know how to use this thing at all. Wait a minute. That is not my address. I thought I updated my address. No. Don't, Sam, nobody do anything. Don't do anything with that link. Oh my God. Pfft. What? Why'd you do that? No. Delete. Did I not use? Whoa. I spent so much time on this thing the other night and I like, is that why I was being so weird? I made sure, stop doing that. Okay, so that. Okay, well then I guess this is what I'm gonna have to do. Account. I want to delete my account. I can't believe it. Like seriously, every single time I try to change anything on my address, it just immediately. Okay. Oh, that is gross. I hate it. Yeah, don't use this. Don't use it. Don't use that link. That's really weird. That I'm glad I looked. Yeah, this thing is so confusing because every time I try to follow the directions to like add food like that I like or whatever, it doesn't give me the option to do that. It just basically makes me like order the food. And then now, like I seriously like I created this whole account and like added my address. And like I had a Grubhub account forever ago, and like my old address from way back then is still there, but I updated all that the other day, and now every time I go to delete the old information, it immediately like knocks me out of that page and makes me go back. Oh, it says you need an account to send anything anyway. Well, we'll figure it out. First of all, I'm gonna have to sort out all the details on that. I'm not trying to get you to send food from one of my old apartments that I'll never go to ever again. But now I am getting hungry. Clicks on link and gets a virus. I'm kind of afraid. Like, what is going on? Why is it like that? Close out every tab except for that one. Whoops, almost just closed out my StreamYard tab. Okay. All right, I am getting really tired, and so are the dogs. Look at them. They're just so cute. What a bunch of cute babies. I love them. Okay. Anyway. All right. So what I'm going to try and do is plan out what we're doing for the rest of the week. We're going to have 2 more streams. Maybe we'll do, and I just need to stick to a schedule, and we're going to have our specific days. And then we'll take it from there. You're cute too. Oh, thank you. Look at those beautiful babies. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. I love my little baby dog. These things are really just so precious. And poor Penelope's in the other room, just very upset that I'm ignoring her. Beep 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 beep. Boop. Okay. So with that, I am crashing and burning. And I have a few things that I need to get done. And if I don't do it, I'm going to be really upset or annoyed or something. I don't really know. So that's what I'm going to do. Then I don't know. See, what am I saying? I don't even know. I wish I would have had something planned. See, and that's another thing that bothers me is that I'm very annoyed that when I don't have stuff planned, because then everything becomes chaos. But I'm glad we talked about how we don't like the indigenous folk, my own people. Eat some bacon baked cheese, you'll feel energized. I know. I'm telling you. I melted some of that onto my baked potatoes. It was awesome. And then I just dipped the Adelheid into the apricot jam, because that was also awesome. All of it is already pretty much gone. Those cheese curds changed my life. Yeah. McGuinevere coming in with a super sticker. Thank you for the $2.99. Okay. Yeah, I'm like falling asleep. Why am I so tired? Is it because I have 2 little sleepy babies? They're just making me tired. What are the dog's favorite toys to play with? Mine has a My Little Pony chew the face off. They don't play with toys. Maybe they do need to play with toys, but I don't know. They don't really even care to like play with anything or like with anyone or each other or anything. They just like, I don't know. I have like this Britney Spears stuffed animal snake thing, and Boots used to play with that every once in a while. He would grab it and like whip it around. Maybe I need to get them toys. I don't know. The thing is they had toys and they never really cared. I threw them all away. Haley Welch, the Hawk Tool girl, got arrested, all sloshed up to $1 million in a wicked roadside arrest. Well, link it in the Discord, in the body cam Discord. I'm like worn out right now. I don't know if I can, I don't know how much I can do. I feel like I'm just about to pass out. I'm very tired. Well, maybe like the late night streams are the where it's at for me because I just feel like so bogged down right now. I'm just so tired. But I don't know. Sometimes like the streams like this make me really tired because I'm trying to like process everything that everyone's saying in the stream or in the chat, and I can't like totally figure it out, and I get confused, and it just makes me more tired because my brain is working in overtime. Like, look at these dogs. They're just so stinking cute. They only want to lick mama. I know, I swear. Chongus, like last night, she woke up from a dead sleep. Ma'am, please don't fall off. You're gonna fall off. Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, please. Thank you. I have to hold her head up. Yeah. She woke up from a dead sleep just so that she could lick my hand. Oh, he's your baby. Look at that. Look at a little smile. Look at her smile. She's smiling. Oh, you're so sweet. Hi. Yeah, she's a little wolf. My little baby loaf of bread. We make your brain work too hard. That makes sense. I know. It's just because I'm like, half the time, in live chats, like people just like talk to each other and stuff. And so I'm trying to figure out like who's talking to each other, who's just randomly changing the subject for no reason, who's who's randomly changing the subject but for a good reason, and who's even responding to what I'm saying. The majority of the time, no one's paying attention to anything I'm saying. So I should probably just not care. Just let you guys do whatever. Don't do that. I'm trying to help you. Okay. So, oh my God. See, like, there's the thing. Look at how cute she's being right now. Like, do I really want to be hanging out with anybody? No, I just want to talk to her. Look at her. You guys, I need to address this. It's been bothering me. I scratched my forehead somehow on Friday, I guess. I don't know. But I didn't even notice it until Friday night when I was washing my face. And I was like, oh, it kind of stings. What's going on? And like, for some reason, it's just like, it got bigger somehow. Like, I don't know. Cricket gets violent sometimes when it's feeding time. Maybe she did it. I don't know. But it's bothering me because it's like, it's right there. I can't even just cover it. It's stupid. Yeah, she's resisting your attempts to prevent her from falling, and it's kind of hilarious. Yeah, like this is a wall right here, and she keeps, every time I go to scoot her, she kicks against the wall so that she can't just stay like closer to the wall. And this is a desk that's just covered in the green screen. Oh. You're not smiling anymore. Smile again. You're so cute. All right. Anyway, see, this is where I'm going to. I'm just going to make you watch me pet my dog. She's so sweet. And I love her. Listen to my farting pillows. Cricket looks like she might be dead. Why do your eyeballs do that? She'll sleep like this. I can watch this all day. They're so perfect. My little baby angels. I know. I'm tired. I feel like I'll just aim the camera at them and I'll take a nap for a minute. And then when I wake up from the nap, I'll just aim the camera back at me. Do 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 do. Boop doop. I'm sending them treats so we can watch you feed them. Oh, do you hear that? Oh, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be so happy. One time I bought them salt licks. It was for Cricket and Penelope's birthday because Penelope was like the most aggressive when it comes to licking. She's the most aggressive dog when it comes to licking I've ever met. Well, of course, I had to get a salt lick for everyone. So it was Boots, Dexter, Cricket, and Penelope. But the problem is that these salt licks needed to be in like a container thing. And I was like, no, this will be fine. I'll just give them just the salt lick. Whoa, bad idea. They were chewing on them, which they should not have been doing. And they just ate them. Dexter became a menace. He was really mean. Really, really mean. Like I would go over to like just pet him or like I wanted to like pick him up and move him to the couch or something. And he would growl at me. He was so pissed. And he tried to bite me at one point in time. He was so mean over this stupid salt lick. And then they barfed. So turns out they needed the little container thing that they would lick the salt lick through so that they couldn't bite it and treat it like a treat. Like we need to lick it. So that was, they all survived. They're fine. Whoops. I don't know. I just felt like it was an unnecessary added expense, but it was not. It was a necessary expense for sure. Where did you choose their names from? I kind of didn't. Cricket basically picked her name because I just kept calling her different names. Boots showed up with his name and he was old. He was very old. Dexter showed up with his name. Chongus. Chongus came with the name Josie. Yeah, my Chungamonka. But she's just more of a Chongus. That was another thing where it's like she's kind of developed a bunch of nicknames and then Chungus just kind of stuck as like her name. And then Penelope, that was another thing of just like kind of trying out different names. And they're like, oh. Now when you look at her, you're like, that's Penelope. Like her name is Penelope. There's no other dog. There's no other name that she would have. It's just that's Penelope. Because she got humongous, so we call her Chungus. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, there's the Bugs Bunny and the Big Chungus. And that's kind of like Cricket and Chungus, it's like Cricket is the regular Bugs Bunny, and then Chungus is like the Big Chungus, Big Bugs Bunny. Something. I don't know. Cricket is a taco. I know. See, that's another thing. My baby taco. You're my taco. Yeah, she went from Cricket to Crockett to Crockpot to Waco, Croco, Taco, Taco. What can I say? Except for I have to go to bed now, even though it's 2:30 in the afternoon. But or something. I need to rest my brain. I probably just need to eat something. Food often helps. So that's another issue I run into is that my brain stops functioning properly and then tries to go into overdrive because I haven't eaten. Did I eat? I ate like something, right? I don't remember now. It's 2:30. I need to eat something. Wow, this is so entertaining. My God. Just Okay. Cool. Touch that. All right. So I'm going to schedule a couple more streams for the rest of the week, and I will actually have something. I'll actually have something planned so we can do stuff. Okay. Cool. Tight. Because, yeah, at this point, I don't want to fucking bore you to death anymore. Because, my God. What? Fuck? Oh, my God. All right. Anyway, that was neat. It's confusing. I don't understand what's going on. I have to figure this treat stream thing out because it's acting like I didn't set up an account the other night. Dumb. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Hold on. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope. Yep. I've yawned enough for everybody. That means it's time to go. So we'll do this again soon. Okay. Bye. I guess that just means we're having to do this again. Oh, no.
To an end, stars are fading, lights descend. Thank you for this time we spent. Memories shared, hearts well mend. We had such a great time here. Laughter, love, and moments dear. Every smile, every cheer. Now it's time to disappear. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew, forever hold on nights to you. Walking out until daylight, city's glow turns into night. Hold these moments nice and tight. In my dreams you'll shine so bright. Every goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, embrace. I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew, forever hold on nights to you. Holy goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again.